Lesson 4.4 is slope. You should remember this from algebra. It says draw a line representing the rise and a line representing the run of the line. State the slope of the line in simplest form. So on Delta Math, you'll literally be making a point and dragging it up for rise and over for run, and like little kind of arrows. So what I would first do is find a point that's actually going through the crosshairs of the grid. So crosshairs are like if you've ever shot a gun or a bow, that would be a point there going through the corners of the grid. That is not. This is one here. There's also one here, it looks like. And here. And that's all I see. They should have the same pattern, and I always want to work on my graph from left to right. So I could count or drag my line, go up and to the right. Should make a little triangle, right triangle with the line. So let's go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, 1, 2, 3. I should be able to continue that pattern and hit these other points. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, 1, 2, 3. So it makes these stair steps. Again, you're going to have to just do this once. So just pick one of the points, go up 5, right 3. That slope is 5/3. So slope, which is really the letter M, is rise over run. And I hate the word rise because rise to me means it's going up. Not necessarily. It's any kind of vertical movement, and then a run is horizontal movement. So in number 2, if I find points that are crossing the grid, I see one here, 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 here. There's several of them, and they should be the same distance apart. Pick one of them. Let's say I pick this one. I'm not going to go up and back. I don't like that. I'm going to go down because I always want to read a graph from left to right and then right. So I'm going down 1, which is a -1, right 2. So my rise to run should be down 1, right 2, -1/2. Now, if you would have picked a point and you go up 1, you would make that positive, but then going left 2 would be a negative. So you would get still a -1/2. That to me is so backwards. Go left to right and you'll always be consistent. Now, without a graph, we have a slope formula. To find slope, it is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Rise over run. So what the y's do, that finds the change in the rise or the vertical. X's, when you subtract them, finds a change in the run. So in my formula, I do one line under my x's, 2 under my y's. I'm going to go y2 minus y1, -9 minus -5 over -6 minus 6. Negatives, double negatives turn into a positive. So for that, I'm just got -9 plus 5, which is -4. This is not 0. This is being at -6 and going back 6 more, puts me at -12. You always have to simplify. So 4/12, you can divide both of those numbers by 4, which would get a 1/3. 4 out of 12 is a 1-to-3 ratio, and a negative divided by negative turns into positive. It's kind of like if I had a point and I went down, but then I went left, my line is actually still positive slope. Reading it left to right. All right, number 4, one more. y2 minus y1, so -2 minus 10 over 6 minus 6. You might already notice something. -2, go back 10 more, would put me at -12. 6 minus 6 is 0. If I tried to do that on a calculator, 12 divided by 0, see what it says? It's an error. Think of when it's an error like this, it's called undefined slope. If I had a point and I go down 12 and then not right or left anything, look what kind of line I made. Vertical. So vertical lines have undefined slope. If this would have been reversed, where this 6 was here and this 6 was here, you would have had 6 minus 6 is a 0 in the top. If I have the 0 on the top divided by negative 12, 0 divided by something is fine. That makes 0. So a 0 in the numerator, that means that you have a point and you're not rising or running or rising anything, but you're going back 12. So that makes a horizontal line. So horizontal lines have 0 slope, undefined, or vertical lines have undefined slope. So you can never leave your slope with a 0 in it. It has to be either 0 or undefined.